Hello everyone, it is I, Steven Nux, bringing you another video. This is sort of a continuation and conclusion to the Smash Brothers videos I've been doing in the past 2 years, I guess. I hate to even say that, but the game is kind of, complete at this point. A couple of days ago, we got the final presentation on Super Smash Brothers, and obviously it showed off new characters, stuff we kind of knew, and new Mii costumes. Basically the last bit of info we need for the game. In this video, I kind of want to just talk about my opinions on that, my opinion on Smash 4 as a whole, and so on, just a bit of extra details to throw in. So right off the bat, I kind of just want to say, I believe I was right with the last Smash video I did. Not that it was like the most bold prediction of all time or anything, but I think Smash 5 is pretty much confirmed. It is flat out confirmed with this. Basically, if you didn't watch that video, I said if characters like K. Rool, Inklings, Wonder Red, and Shantae weren't in Smash 4, this wouldn't be the last game, because Inklings are like the biggest guarantee for a Smash Brothers spot probably ever at this point. If you're looking at the possible newcomers for the next game, Inklings are definitely there. So since they didn't win the ballot or get chosen for this game, let's look at who did. So the first character was Corrin. Hopefully that's how you say it. If not, then whatever. Basically the main rep for the upcoming Fire Emblem Fates. Sort of like the Robin of this game, even though they play completely different. They both have white hair and they both have a female and male portrayal, so. The playable character of Fates. My biggest guess and the most logical reason I can think of is Smash Brothers games take forever to come out. With Fates being the newest in the series, I imagine Sakurai wanted to put these characters in before they're outdated when Smash 5 comes out. As for my opinion and my reactions with the reveal, it was a really blah way to start it off. Like, you had the countdown and everything, and then it cuts to freaking Fire Emblem, which I, like everyone, shared the same opinion. It's like, we do have so many Fire Emblem characters, and it's really, really awkward if you're not, like, a fan of Fire Emblem. If you don't know anything about this series, it's really awkward to just get reveal after reveal with these characters. So I can see why people are upset, people have a right to be. I don't really get extremely mad over reveals or anything, because there are, like, 58 characters in the game. So it's just another character I won't care about. I might end up liking, it's whatever, but Corrin didn't really capture my attention, and I feel like it was kind of a blah start to the presentation. Next we go into Cloud, which was probably the biggest surprise in Smash history since Snake, because literally no one had faith in this guy. If you did, you were just that good, I guess. Nevertheless, a Final Fantasy character actually made it into Smash, and since this was already shown, they kinda just went more in depth with it, even putting Cloud up for download the same day. So that was pretty cool. They spent a lot of time on his moves though, that was really weird. Considering we were getting Cloud, it was just kind of like, I don't know, I didn't really know how to feel about them spending that much time on one character, but he's cool. I enjoy playing him. You're watching the footage right now. He's really fun to play. His stage is pretty cool too. I don't really know much about the game itself. So when that remake comes out, best believe I will be getting that. And on to the final character, the ballot winner, which completely shocked me. I didn't expect this character at all, but it was Bayonetta from the Bayonetta series. Sort of a Sega character, not really, so if you wanted a second Sega rep, I guess you kinda got it, but it's, more so Platinum Games. And she looks great. A lot of people wanted her. I'm happy for it. It made me surprised. I was like, whoa, there's no way they put Bayonetta in. So it was another Cloud, and the one thing I loved about this presentation overall is that no one expected any of this. Like, I was expecting the Shantae, the K. Rool, all that, just all the rumored characters that were rumored ever since the ballot started. All the characters I thought were winning probably did kind of win, but I think they filtered it with Bayonetta because, the other choices, they were either saving for future installments or just didn't want in the game at all. So Bayonetta #1 worldwide. Huge congratulations to those who wanted her. She wasn't really on my list, personally, but I think she looks really cool. Makes me wonder why I didn't really consider her in the past. I didn't really believe the whole her design is too rated M for Super Smash Brothers because, Zero Suit Samus and we had Snake and it's all like whatever. That isn't going to be the reason. I thought her reasoning would be because she's from a rated M game. That I thought was going to be the reason more than anything. But she's in, and it's cool. In addition, we did get some new Mii costumes, the final batch. A lot I didn't really care for, but they looked pretty cool. But obviously, you're on my channel, and you know very well what series I cover. So the announcement of Tails and Knuckles Mii costumes won me over completely. I can finally play as Knuckles the Echidna. And I even predicted this in my wishlist video. I said if they were to add Sonic characters, they'd do it this way, and they should do it this way. so I'm glad with how it turned out. My only complaint really is how they kind of look. Like the Knuckles one kind of looks pretty cool, you know, you can make your own Knuckles face if you want it to get crafty, I guess, or just put your own face, whatever. The Tails one is kind of weird, it's just Tails' head on a Mii face, and the Mii faces just look kind of weird to me. I even said on Twitter, I wish there was like an alternate helmet type hat accessory, that way their face is on there and nothing else. Like it's just Knuckles' face and Tails' face. I think that would have been a cool option. Whatever, it's fine the way it is. I'm super grateful that Sonic got more rep. And overall, I thought it was a good presentation. It didn't blow me away in any way. But Bayonetta and the Sonic costumes were the most I took out of it. And it all just comes down to preference, you know, what you liked out of it. Just by default, I appreciate that we're even getting post-release content. I think that's what Smash Bros. Needed. I'm glad we got this much out of it. Like I mentioned earlier, it is the biggest Smash Bros. Roster to date. 58 characters. With all the Mii costumes, you can make your own characters as well, even characters that didn't really make the cut this time. There are a few that I definitely would have loved to have seen. Bomberman being the number one, I would have loved to see a Bomberman costume. Seems like it would have been really easy to do. And Wonder Red, I thought that would have been a really cool costume, but I guess they just couldn't get that done. I feel like that would have been kind of an easy thing to do. Now, I kind of want to reflect on Smash as a whole. If I just look at everything I really wanted for this game, I got a lot of it. I really did. I got a solid roster with a lot of characters I did want. I got Mewtwo back. I got Roy back. I didn't think Roy would ever come back. And those were two characters I really wanted back in Smash to sort of complete the roster. Sadly, yes, I didn't get Ice Climbers. I didn't get Crystal from Star Fox. Or even, I know, Banjo-Kazooie. Those three I would have loved to have seen in this game. But if you just look at this roster, it is crazy good. It has the perfect third-party characters. It has the perfect Nintendo characters. Literally every Nintendo character that really just matters is in this game. And that's what it really boils down to. It's a Nintendo All-Star game. And Smash 4 just takes that and runs with it. Almost to the point where it's really hard to even choose Nintendo characters to be in this game. So the roster, it's almost like flawless for me. Just add a few more characters I like to see, then it'd be just perfect for me. But it's not about me, it's about everyone else. And I'm sure everyone else can agree that this is a really good roster. The character you wanted probably got in some kind of way. I got a Knuckles costume, my favorite character in any video game, cartoon, whatever. And I didn't really beg for that. I didn't really ask for that at all. Sakurai reached out to so many companies to make this game as grand as it is. If you showed anyone this roster back in the 90s, the 2000s, heck even like 2014, nobody would really believe it. No one would really take it seriously. And that's incredible to me. As for my enjoyment with Smash 4, as in like where it stands with the other Smash games, the unfortunate truth, honestly guys, I love what this game did. Its main focus was the multiplayer, and that's what Smash kinda should be. The online was a huge focus with this downloadable content, just making this game really huge and competitive. I like that, and it paid off. However, gameplay wise, just sitting at home playing the game by myself, it's probably my least favorite in the series. I like Melee and Brawl more. I don't find there's a lot to do in Smash 4. We get tons of characters and stages, and that's really awesome. I just don't like the single player at all. I think Classic mode is incredibly boring. There's no adventure mode, or any kind of main mode to go by. I think Smash Tour was the biggest waste of development and time in this game, and I don't really care for the Master or Crazy Orders. It is absurd to me how much I don't like the single player. You'd think I'd get at least one mode out of it that I would fully enjoy, but I just don't. I really don't. All-Star mode is great. I think it's probably the best mode in the game only because nothing was really touched to make it boring or anything. I do love the addition of 2-player Classic and 2-player Stadium modes. That's really cool. The events are really cool too, but overall I just don't really like Smash 4 as a single player game. It is meant to be played with friends. It is meant to be played online, and with that, it does it really well. So I love the game, just nowhere near as much as the past two when it comes to single player. It gets really boring after a while for me. And with that, man, Smash it's pretty much done. It was a really fun ride, and I had fun talking about it all the way up until here. Let me know what you guys think of Smash 4 as a whole, and what you thought of the presentation. I'm Steven Nux, and I will definitely talk to you all later. Oh guys, Scott Dreyer, voice of Knuckles in Sonic Adventure 2 and Sonic Heroes. Follow me on Twitter, this Scott Dreyer. Yeah, no joke. How does this even happen? I don't